a bit of a PS here. Yeah, as I was saying, so it's like I literally, unlike everybody else around here, I am so humble. And the reason is because no matter what, for 15, nearly 20 years, really, I've spent my time kind of trying to understand the world on your behalf. Well, actually on my daughter's behalf. But basically, if you're under 40, bugger off. Listen to the material I made about a month ago. Turns out that the lady who owned that property is yet. She shocked me. Jesus Christ, talk about a fucking liar. And she's a Christian. I had it twice. Verbal contract that her jobs are going to continue. No, there is no point. But yeah, if you're under 40, listen to something about 2 or 3 weeks ago that says it's for the younger people, and then bugger off. You ain't got a hope in hell, because your parents, your sort of 40 to 60 year olds, they're in such a mess. If things go, they're going to suddenly discover, well, just read the book They Would Never Hurt a Fly by Draculich. She was my Facebook friend back in the day when you only had 75 Facebook friends. Slavenka, the sexy Slavenka. Yes, we corresponded a bit. Magnificent book. It'll happen here. It won't happen anywhere else in Europe. It'll happen here, or it could well. Why have I turned this on? Oh yes, yeah. Because you see, you have all your. I've really been kind of. Just looking out, and that book, I encountered it 20 years ago, and I gave it to my MP, Paul Keach, despite him being gay and an alcoholic. He was a great man. Yeah, that's in the day when nobody actually cared if anybody was gay. There are many more important things. He'd had a military background, and so I gave him that great book. In fact, I gave him 2 copies. He's dead now. Right, back to the point. What was the point going to be? It's like you've got Dominic Cummings talking about, and nobody knows. I mean, it's been a bizarre week when the stock market is the highest it's ever been, but 3 or 4 years ago, academics would be speaking about there's a huge, great big time bomb, unexploded time bomb in the bottom of the financial system. Loads and loads of car finance has been doled out over the last decade without any proper checks. You've got Cummings saying that the interest rate will go down a couple of points. What's that? 0.25%. Nobody knows that stuff. And your internet is full of, there's this Gary bloke who's like skinny. He looks like he's kind of he's out of a homeless hostel in Elephant and Castle. Giles Fraser, the biggest liar on the planet, sort of pulled him out and whatever. You've got all of these kind of characters who are sitting there telling you this, telling you that in great big explosive language, and they've conned you. Nobody, I really understand finance, if anybody can. I don't want any of it, okay? Because I used to fly airplanes with the financiers, the top financiers of the world. I used to have them sitting next to me in little airplanes. And, I wouldn't want to be them. They were all tragic, very sad figures, including one who was kind of a really good friend of mine over the years. Now, but the point is that things like that, nobody really can ever predict the future. But you can predict if there are certain people in the world saying certain things. It becomes possibly a thing. And yeah, if you're under 40, actually act quickly. Get the hell abroad. Because this is the one place, certainly in Europe, where things could very, very quickly get very, very revolutionary. And revolution, I'm afraid, in this day and age, particularly when they unpack their drones and Nigel's lot fit Tommy guns to the wings, revolution ain't going to be much fun. When I was a kid, we used to watch Citizen Smith on the telly, up the Tooting Popular Front. I've even been in a march in South America under banners of Che Guevara. It was just the high point of my life. But it's not going to be fun when we have this thing. In fact, it isn't going to be a revolution. It's going to be a revolting bloodbath. And your parents, I know what your parents are really like. They're so frightened, they're so fearful, they're so wan, they're so live, they act this thing, this kind of chummy kind of, I've got some Clash records, they act deep down, no, all of them, like all the men, and all of the women, except about 2, deep down, friggin' hell, they're fragile, and they're also explosive, deep down. So, yes, there we go. You should believe me. I've been watching. I knew Russell Brand would fall. I mean, my best buddy about 5 years ago for a few years. We would josh about this, and I would like joking at him all the time. Russell, his time is going to come. And anyway, there we go. But I don't care about you. There's one I've got to answer his email. And I'm sorry, I really care about that. I got an email from one of my younger fans about 2 months ago. And it's like, you're too young for me to even say anything to you. And it pains me that I didn't even answer it yet. But I've actually had a very interesting couple of months. There we go. But not, unfortunately. I mean, this is the sort of place where you should meet genuine allies. And you have genuine synergy and solidarity. But no, the interesting thing is, it's impossible. It's all of the performance that we're different, that we're close to the hills. I'm afraid to say, it's all fake. Except for one magnificent... Yeah, let's quickly do this. Okay, on Boxing Day. So it's like, down in the valley, something really interesting happened. Well, 2 interesting things. I actually said to a 74-year-old woman, she was standing in front of me, I took some photos of her, God, you're fabulous. Truly fabulous. Anyway, we were having a walk a couple of days ago. Yeah, down in that valley. Now, as Cummings says, Labour is going to pivot to the left, which is... Now, I'm left of fucking Che Guevara, but, like, there aren't any left-wingers. But they announced that they're going to stop trail hunting, which is just hunting, basically, which does sometimes result in foxes getting killed. And in that little town down there, in front of many cameras, hundreds of rich people, the Hunt basically declared war on the government. We will fight them in the trenches. We're going to have to make great sacrifices. Seriously. Now, if Labour pivots to the left a bit, which by the sound of it they're going to have to do, there is no way that Angela Rayner, PM, is going to U-turn on this anti-trail hunting bill, which is very intelligent because it's also woven in with the anti-puppy farming. And actually, that's going to happen. They are going to kind of declare war on the system. And people like Richard Tice and Farage and even Steve Bannon are going to be rubbing their hands with glee. You know, this is going to get a bit bloody messy, okay? And actually, yes, there, not Exeter Hunt or whatever, that's where your really posh people met up, okay? They declared war on the government. My 74-year-old gorgeous friend said, we saw history. Yes, we did see history, because actually they've got to follow it through, both sides, and it could get scrappy. Right, that's enough. The end. Forever. Except loads and... Oh, yeah. There's so many bits I've got to fill in. And the fun bits. They're the fun bits. Believe me. So, keep all the young people, fuck off. Yeah, we got bugger off to TikTok. No, I've had proper young people under my wing who I've mentored, and for years I've been kind of sage, their old wise sage, with no pervy sexual nonsense involved. But yeah, you ain't got any hope. What was I going to say? Yeah, loads of bits and bobs to fill in, which are fun. They're not what you might assume yet. I've got a year or two more, but backwards.